If you're a teen and you think LinkedIn is just for adults, you're missing out. Literally helped me get opportunities that I didn't even know existed. If you're in high school and you care about your future at all, then this video is for you. Hi guys, it's Anjani. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to teach you guys how to use LinkedIn because it's helped me so much in the past and I really wanted to pass on the knowledge. So in this video, you're going to learn how to get ahead and use LinkedIn and kind of network, and your future self will definitely thank you. This is for teens who want to do summer programs, internships, want to get ahead in school, want to get good college apps and everything like that. So if you're interested, make sure to keep watching. First things first, in order to do good on LinkedIn, you don't need a job, you don't need to post every day, and you don't need to be professional yet. So you can literally just be a student,
literally just be bed rotting every single day
and still have a LinkedIn account and still show what you got going on, if you know what I mean. So this is the number one most important thing of why LinkedIn actually matters. Opportunities finding you. So when you think of opportunities like summer programs or like internships and things like that, usually you apply to them and they come to you. But by having LinkedIn, those recruiters and those people who want you to be part of their summer program can actually reach out to you. And I've had opportunities that I didn't even know existed come to me through LinkedIn. It's actually crazy. There's so many networks of people on LinkedIn that you can reach out to, whether that's like right now I'm looking for internships, so I'm reaching out to recruiters at big companies. But you know, in high school, I would reach out to pretty much anyone that I thought could give me like a network down the road that I could use, or like even read some of my college applications and things like that. It is the best way to find opportunities and for opportunities to find you. Second most important thing about getting LinkedIn now out of all of the time is that it makes you stand out really early, because most teens right now don't have LinkedIn. A lot of people from my high school didn't even get LinkedIn until they were in college. Because I was able to start my LinkedIn so much sooner, I was able to get so many more connections and had so much of a bigger network on LinkedIn than other people. And especially when you're already in college, you want to know like the people around you and how they can help you with your future career, rather than just getting there and being stuck and confused on how to even start a LinkedIn page. There's actually real connections and not just like just followers, and that can be mentors, college students, professionals, alumni of your high school or your college. One message can literally turn into advice, a referral, or even a recommendation. You just need to start that one text thread with someone and you don't know what it could eventually turn into. I found so many opportunities for my nonprofit, whether it was grants or schools or libraries that might have been interested in collaborating with us. It's also how I found other people from not only my school but also my bigger area who were doing the same kind of work as me, so I could bounce my ideas off other people, ask for advice. If people had more experience than me in a certain field, I could just go to them and say, hey, do you have time for a quick 15-minute like coffee chat or meeting and things like that. So those are definitely some of the biggest ways I've used LinkedIn. LinkedIn has also helped me find so many scholarships and also internship opportunities. For example, I found Bank of America Student Leaders through LinkedIn because I was just scrolling one day and I saw that there was this program for kids in 11th and 12th grade who were interested in community engagement, and I checked all of those boxes. So that's why I was able to find some of the amazing opportunities that I was able to do in high school, is because of LinkedIn and constantly checking and updating every single day what people are posting and who in your network can actually help you out. Okay, so at this point you're probably asking me, how do I even start a LinkedIn profile? And that's what I'll be getting into right now. I'm gonna be putting my LinkedIn up here, or like the screen recording, as best that I can so you guys are able to follow along with my LinkedIn and what I've done to increase my number of connections to 500 plus, and overall just keep a new like following amount and like have more impressions and things like that. The first thing that you're going to want to do is log into LinkedIn and make a profile. So it will ask you for a profile picture and something that you want to put in like the background, like a heading or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's like kind of the backdrop area. So some things to note in this section is that the profile photo should be pretty professional. It doesn't have to be like exactly like mine with a black background and just kind of like professional camera and things like that. It can literally just be a photo that you took on your phone with you wearing like professional outfit. Before this photo, I'll try finding the one that I had, but it wasn't that good, but that just shows that you can have any picture that you really want. The second thing you're gonna do is in the overview right below the profile, you have a little section to write a little bit about your background, where you come from, your interests, your hobbies, things like that. So I use this opportunity to talk about my interest in business specifically, because I am shifting more from my work on my like nonprofit and like the more social side into more business analytical driven, that kind of side of me. So that's what I wanted to highlight in the little like blurb over there. And at the bottom I wrote that I'm willing to, like, basically I'm looking for internships for summer 2026. So that helps me connect with recruiters or teachers or just like anyone that would be able to help me find one opportunity. They can immediately see that, hey, she's looking for an internship. So definitely super important. The other thing I wanted to talk about was definitely the activity section. The activity section is so important because you can take out something from the activity section and you could have it on your resume, or you could just like flip that around. But I use my activity section to literally put as much stuff as I can on there. So LinkedIn is really the place for you to really elaborate in a detailed sense of what you have done in the past or how you've contributed to a certain organization. Think of LinkedIn descriptions as kind of like college apps descriptions. You want to still keep it quantifiable with as many numbers as you can, and also make sure to use action words that they tell you to use on your resume, because the same thing about how people scan your resume, the same thing usually happens for LinkedIn profiles. And the other thing I like to do is keep it all in bullet points. I've noticed that most people do this because it just makes it easier to read. And no one wants to read like a big essay blob on an activity that you did in the past, for example. Another thing I wanted to talk about was definitely posts, comments, and images, that section of it, because this is such an underutilized section for a lot of people, but I think it's definitely one of my most important. Not only can your post bring new viewers to your profile and expand your network, but it also keeps your current network updated and on what you've been up to. So something that you'd want to post for would be maybe after like a major achievement, something that you've done in your professional life that you think is worth celebrating. It can even be after you finish a semester of high school or college. Just keep people updated on what you've been up to, whether it's clubs or academics. Just kind of help recruiters who connect with you or your friends and other professional people in your circle. Just make sure you let them know what you've been up to, so that when it is time to ask them for some kind of referral or help on anything, people are always willing to help you because they know what you've been up to. Another thing that I think is super important is definitely LinkedIn's recommendations section. I'm trying to get more recommendations from other people and also give recommendations to others. But I think recommendations are a good way to kind of diversify what's been on your profile, because obviously other people are writing about what they think about you in a professional setting. So that definitely helps people get a sense of what you are like in an everyday basis, and not just what you say about yourself, which is obviously pretty biased. You can see there's definitely a lot of sections on LinkedIn that they can let you add. Like, for example, I have a courses section on mine, and I actually was really debating about putting this section on because I've heard kind of mixed things about it. But when I went to my college's career center, they were telling me that this is something that can be useful. So I'm definitely adding it on here just in case it is needed for a future job, so people can see that I have done these kinds of classes before and I have experience in that kind of field. I also added languages, which is probably not a very common section for people to add, but I feel like you should definitely add it if you speak 3 or more languages, or even 2 languages. I think is pretty impressive. But yeah, languages is just something that takes a really long time to learn. So obviously, if you have learned a language, then you should be proud of it and definitely put it on your LinkedIn profile. Lastly, I did want to talk about my honors and awards section, because I think this is a really great way to elaborate on some of the things that maybe you couldn't elaborate on in like the activity section. For example, as part of my nonprofit, I earned grants from Hershey's and Taco Bell, and because of that, I wanted to put it in the honors and awards section because I wasn't able to really talk too much about it in my activity section, because I still wanted to keep the activity section pretty short and brief. So I touched on it more in the LinkedIn side of it. One last thing I wanted to talk about was that kind of this background photo, but the reason I changed it to San Francisco is because that's where I'm currently located, and I want to work like in the Bay Area in the future if possible for at least a little bit of time. So that's why I changed the picture, and a lot of people actually end up doing that based on the city that they live in or the place they want to work in the future. The feature that I've been using pretty often nowadays is the job feature, because if you go on the job feature, you can literally look up so many different jobs, like business jobs or like real estate jobs, finance jobs, all of those kinds of things. And currently, since I'm looking for internships, I have a lot of like business related jobs, and I'm trying to look for some in the San Francisco Bay Area as well, so you can really filter out based on what you specifically want in an internship, because there's so many options of different kinds of jobs that are posted on LinkedIn. So as you can see, it's a really great resource for sorting through all the options, and you can even see how many people have applied to a certain job, so it's really useful. And another thing you can see is you can also see how many people clicked on that certain job, which has also been super useful for me to see if it's worth applying to, because if there's like 200 people that are competing for the same job, I think it would be way more worthwhile to apply for something else. So that's kind of everything that goes through my mind when I'm looking for jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, really quick, what not to do. Don't put any fake achievements, because people can find you out pretty easily, and they don't want to be seeing a fake person online. Also, number 2, don't spam messages. If you've reached out to someone, like a recruiter or someone that can help you with your nonprofit or like your organization or something that you are initiating, just leave it to doing one message and then doing a follow-up message after a week. And if they still don't reply, don't spam their messages. People are just busy, and you can always reach out to other people if that specific person isn't reaching out to you. And lastly, the other thing I wanted to talk about is don't compare yourself. I know a lot of people on LinkedIn post like crazy big achievements that you might not even like think about for yourself in the future doing, but I think the first step is just getting on LinkedIn. Like I said earlier, just the fact that you guys are watching this video right now shows how much you actually care. about like your dreams, and just because someone else is doing something doesn't take away from what your goals or like your own aspirations are. It doesn't make them any smaller. Plus, the other thing is that just like social media, people on LinkedIn post the best stuff that's ever happened to them. Obviously, people aren't gonna post like stuff that they may feel bad about or dreams that didn't come true or things like that. Just think about that, like LinkedIn, as all of the positive things in their lives. And again, social media isn't real. One more tip I really wanted to add was, if you are connecting with someone, sometimes try to leave a little message, especially if they don't know you professionally or personally. I think a message is a really nice way to let people know where you're coming from and how they might utilize being in your network, if that makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all of the love and support I've been getting these past few weeks. I think I'm definitely trying to upload more videos in the future about like school related stuff, and also just kind of hone in on my niche, because I know my videos are all over the place. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. LinkedIn has been a game changer for me in terms of applications and reaching out to people and things like that. So I hope I was definitely able to help some of you out there, because I wish I had learned this sooner. And starting LinkedIn is one of the smartest things that you can do as a high school student that a lot of people have not yet done. So make sure to get out there, get on linkedin.com and start your profile. But thank you guys so much for watching once again. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers at least. So hopefully we get there by the end of the next few months. But yeah, bye.